years aye ni wo 16 na ye maame ne ye papa moto ma yedi intin bibia ma wadwene mo nam se hwedwina se abonten so what I say se hwedwina se abonten so kuskusa time ss okom na waban so a day na wodwene what do you want to own no what do you want to own at that age
also about I usiuti onye bi ope to ope
and you see I think say you see fundamentally there is a problem. There's a problem because say nipa na di 38 krampo no any justification say you are unemployed so ko twitu eyede kosi obiso so the 16-year-old 15-year so what is the what is the rationale behind nipa na okoyesa
no makano
atwene ban na
open in term say for instance over 14 years na say we use car 15-year-old no ehun say we use car no ope on found near age no na wo show na
me was 16 impo na car impo say e ma me tirim minim say I will own a car one day minim say I will own some one day eventually
but you work towards it
you understand but at that moment it wasn't a priority
yeah
me here find a day and fan konko ye hwe and I'm say be fortunate for me no say hwe em oba na ye street ni main street no nko is o me twika no pa me de kwan like a nimitrim it's not even part of it but I think say yachi nkolana ibia yen sebeka fro yen hwe wo mo adwene mu
oh sam no what they don't affirm them
oh no men ka say yen hwe na adwene so aboda mu
say the enti o mo yes and
like yeah psychologists like let's find what really no what really pushed them. Yeah, what really pushed them? Yeah, the reason why I work as and Rebecca to say the prisons are there to reform people. Anamebwa, to reform people. So, nipa ye call reforming. Ebi obeba bonti weku obi. So ye den ya nipa ko no wan hwe na adwunka no ko prison ho. The main motive is say yeah reform is nipa ko. So let's find out. But me, I think say whatever reasons that turns out to be, it's unjustifiable. Because so ubeku bi, obi awoneba, what you do? What's in my? I feel like say me and day, obrabo. Then I end obrabo. But again, you're more a IGP in call for baso.
Okay.
So now before say. Yeke kan funise na yeke kan madam pa nti ye bo police for na IG before abaso a say was ye bo won mo nso a council na ete ho no say council ni titire ni advise ho because she provides the direction sometimes adeba ko ema oba wade mu aye no ema wa abadaye o nti the advice a woman will give to ensure say the way enkoso no I am in no means saying say Emema enye. But what I'm saying is, Oba woman look at the extent it's me then. It's me echo. Okay, so I think say you be a vice president and so about some of be chair council no from the previous one. Previous one na Dr. Baumia, right? Okay. Just a baby o feel you. Mama baby baby average impo. Okay. Baby o feel. So what I say. So about somebody now yede be mo but in conclusion now what next round no I think say Bray party na dey always too much with I don't know what someone Bray the party ya wo mi enzo pie no achia Dr. Brian me wan zo ko 20 ano
but eno chese omo ye enemies ana
minkasa
Jerome pa wo dey ye fesina for say nembrem
minkasa but wo ba be to Dr. Brian wan chia no boni oni alo
are you saying say ohun no ohun ye
omi hu ze chia kama omo kasa be
menye
o mi ya
wo kasa si akasa ye bo bi to ni bo kasa nipa no wa MPP mo doesn't mean say na mo ya atamfo ana exactly but you who in this
interestingly me 2014 make up top forms e party my party position it was my brother who bought my
so eye o de eye
Eso what I say
Fuseni
Fuseni say takwa me na
eye
Fuseni
campaign is also be a heckle I would say
this issue
now heckle me kakra 1 minute ni pa ma me.
Let me start from where my brother ends. Your party, and I say my brother Mama on other than issue, shares the party internal issues. I will not be tempted to say certain things that will paint my party black. But what I will try to say, I'm trying to, I'll put it in a context. Now, will be anti the American answer. Your party, no, we believe in democracy. Until you believe in democracy, no. You know their context. So context ba obi abatuma apra. 5 contestants are mobile contesting in nyina obi safata say ko ya mobile opinion e wo mafia nka me de ba hoahoa mo. Omo nyina safata de omo ba lead party no. But party no epe obi a ye ba lead anasa oba lead party no akwa 2028. Onu na sisi a ye party no ehwehwe. 5 in England to leading and 2028. Definitely one person will be selected. And to me, my belief, there will be a yedena kwa oboboa amanyokua or MPP, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. The reason why I'm Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia will be a or no yadikan amaketene pe yedena kwa yeno anye mum. But you still believe that damne pano ye de ne ba oboboy fi say amanya ko bia no party bia eni hono mo a ye de ne nipa call once nipa no win elections outright e bia wo ye new candidate e de ne ba ya wo win outright. Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia cannot be different. So 1996 ye de Dr. Friends President Kufuor Koye no so wanya party na nkase President Kufuor enya or score 39% nti ye yina if you hold mo na the candidate for fraba ye sanso man opportunity in 2000 over 2000 or winning elections to my MPP because he was contesting with a new candidate at NDC for the buy at that time no Professor Mills 2004 or contested bium Ghana for man another mandate na or no nature no Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo by 2008. The first attempt on so entum and then and winning an election. MPP for yankade Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo nkwatina ho. Ye hwe na sande no call 2012. Okoye so anyeye emfa ma party na biom. Yankade Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo wakoye a wanya 2 times nanti. Ye de no call 2016 na enyeye. Party no sanso buwa no in 2016 e prepare na de ne buy. Or we need election the in 2016 to the point there. Na Ghana for ya gidie say Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo election now or winning was a landslide na edoso ye pa na ya de etize NDC for today mo so what in this time there over 1 million vote difference ne there na Mahama onya de obetumi aba for contest elections bill. Ya de Mahama by 2020 anye NDC phone kada President Mahama Sanso lose 2020 or serial loser. Nti ya mfana mbabium. Ya Sanso prepare ne de neba 2024. Virtually or win 2024. So Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia first time or no contest ya 1 year no. Ama megidie say Sanso man opportunity in 2028 where they obetumi then abua party my party ne din konim. Nti that is how I mean analysis na me hwe ya the year ma this I can form basin kwai no ye ma Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia ono so ya de obetumi aboa party ne ye pa whether the performance as any time I know your vice president and as on so any time I vice president ono de Ghana for no by then obahu no mo aka ho asem ya constitution no say yam fa president mbra na entu aba emfama president no and the article 58 of the party of the 1992 constitution and there, Obia yetu aba edemano the president of the country, and then the power of the presidency is vested on him and not the vice president. And even if you look at the 1992 constitution, there is no any duty spelled out for the vice president there. Uguma vice president Baba Yani, and that is why most at times in the previous time, Akabai vice president Melsa Bay, Mahama Bay. a friend saying a Bawumia by na again so abayi. You cannot attribute the failure or the achievement of the government, to the vice president unless ebia adebi surunkwa waya ya na nkasa yi nim say ono no why the made. In the previous vice presidents no nyina mpo na enti omonka obi a oba elevate vice president position to become relevant for people to recognize there obi a oya vice president so betumi bua ne friends and the president mo perform Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia because of the way I know occurring no 2016 elections and but so oba no oba performer the analysis na mo ye nyina no the Ghanaian people will know whether Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia performed as vice president or not. Okay. Today your vice president will room her yankade all indicators all the success this for talking in a vice president until there will be bonnet info. The overturn say Dr. Atuforsen is forcing. Dr. Atuforsen is forcing, and all attribution goes to friends and Dr. Atuforsen. Why I don't know crediting the vice president or no? So to me, they just want to say there, but or no yet threat to the NDC or more try say bibi na and the Ghana for who say
a threat to.
Of course, yes. Okay. And that is why they don't even want to hear the name Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. Because or no Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia performance no there or carry no is a threat to the NDC people.
Okay.
The other one that I'll go to the issue itself. The more concession axim issue here or see concession issues I think this is not the first time. Daminyamano or see. I remember Elembele. One mining company be or na concession issue say shooting be echo sometimes ago. Now the same issue esiwa axim. Now what kind of video be na circulated in the social media young boy be egi police in it na police in a patch up.
Yeah.
Na the same district or the Nzema East district. Na the master no osi. Na this time round no nipa baako ahwere no kwa. It's unfortunate there the mother no osi. But you see concessions na ewo around axim no. When a company comes and take all the concessions, not remove sometimes resistance and then sometimes also the lack of dependence on the citizens. No madam nyina then osi. Because oba no ba concessions nyina na citizen kuromba for na omo wo hodom no bebia omba ya adwuma no mpo munya bi enya definitely odro bebia won so ba resist and when they are encroaching on those lines then this private security men omo free company nemu no they don't take it light. I don't know who instruct them there obi a ebe hu no wa dam concession nemu ya then yan shoot ni pakoro no me obi a omo on them outright permission
as an invader when intruding.
But if a person is an invader, you are a security expert. What you can do is to arrest the person and let the person face the law.
I'm not saying this in support. Sabia is right.
Yes.
So omobe shooty. But obi hu a foreigner say wo na nyese bia wo honom keke. But wo ba be fa na japade.
Illegal. Obi anka say the pa say obi na japade wo kwa from so. And I say obo no wa kwa japade no by force. But once obo hu nipa ko no ye wo kwan obo fa so arrest nipa ko no na nipa ko na face the law. But not to shoot direct on the person. If we are to do that, then the government team now your friend anti-galam say 9 months no. Say can shoot and kill. Nka government better instruct there. Omukwa ne say who nkofo galam say picture. Yan shoot them nkofo no nkwa. But why are they arresting them? Because they want them to face the law and not to directly shoot the person. Until me give say the private security men who are for the companies should be advised. There, say almost need skill or then they shouldn't be there because the laws of this country does not permit there on your obia because the person is taking over your property and then pakono air forward japadienti shooting the pakono. Then the damn kofuning inano once they've arrested some citizens of the of Aximono, they should investigate very well and get to know the company. One of moya damage madini inano so ya arrest almost.
Much safe for saying me that say of fire lithium agreement land minister holds crunch meeting with CSOs.
So I'm happy about the withdrawal of the deal. Na bibi I see maso and how did we get into that 5% and because we're even expecting upgrade of the so-called 10% that we got. But I'm happy that a listening government has shown the way, say, individuals and civil society organizations, and so me draw, na ma engage omo, na ma the needed criticisms and advice I be to me nyina ya bom na ya adepa amagana. I have absolute confidence in the president and I have absolute confidence in the minister, Ura Amakofibua, especially the president who is committed in ensuring say obejai edimpa time will be fear kumiana so. Nti may expect to say lithium to the best of my knowledge I'm say it supersedes and I say it value cracking any other mineral resource I stand to be corrected though. But the value of appreciation is consistent. It doesn't decrease. And lithium is the game changer when it comes to today's developmental agenda in terms of...
But do we place that value on, as in terms of appreciation, consistent, always be increasing? Do we really place value on that?
That is why we have to look at. Na say say lithium no krampo no e de no man na to me e de when we say some of the byproduct of lithium it to me e de sa area to say bipolar disorders it to me e de ye normal bebre a see we assess the esiko smartphones aeroplanes first and laptops normal who here today cars are being powered by battery and lithium plays a major role. Na o man bi opese ne mai tumpon mineral resources be say na ka wunya first na nka say we but Ghana and probably most of the African countries we have never aligned ourselves to that tenant. Say for instance crude, the byproduct of crude is unnumbered. In this opesa nka wonya oil find ewo ukroma the best thing to do ne say first, we to crude. What are the byproducts? So when oil build a refinery, we say refinery. The money see what byproduct no. A dear na yenyawum. Now we build it and also na home factory. Crack. And no they creating juma. Enti anya hwe krampo no anka lithium ya yenim say amanfo sisi ye fitititititi ya besi sampen pensu. As a result of yankasa ye mra bi mu a ya gu ho. Ye na ye mra no. It is incumbent on us to change those laws. Na men try kase obia wasi ne wabre ne mojeni ana wabre ne mojeni amma ya benya and despite media and despite group of companies na wabana wo be ye adwuma ne bia na wabaji aboso ana say we investor unless despite a country will say minisika kura me de be run company ne bia and if I was sick exactly and that's what we benefit out of it. And that's what we call profit sharing agreement. There are other agreements or minor a benefit. Adiana ya dia. And the value no so so strong that ye na ye hu de ekọ. Hwe time na automatic cars e magana. E sha ase say ba na obi ampe. Almost problems too much. China phone. China phone. Ringia uti tamale kura uti. And they have evolved that to a point and now be kotoka na ye manual na ne buo fusa just one person be manual ade so na ye present ne ye pe no sa enti se ya nhwe ya ye japade nyina be che and mrado so akoye bibi to say wo de hu kwahye enti na make say I support the coup d'etat on the francophone countries na wo Africa no because say we will never liberate them. Do back on Akano, or Musica of the conference, and Yesica Ketua, Sanka Africa, Anka Yesica, and African economy, and Kibudu. But I think said there are ways we can, There has been no other ways because of Adio Moko signing into a BB, no more signing you, paper keke, and into Mobin France, no one do so. Into I'm simply saying, say, lithium na yenyano, the engagement that is going on is very healthy. Okay. But Sector Minister Ura Amakofibua, you and I think the buck stops on the president and probably the vice president. make sure say yeah ma obi emfiri no mamu e ma mesisi. I am expecting something not less than a big crop of 40%.
And baby say what expectation
40% at least. And even that, royalties no encounter. We must be able to say we own it. Now if you crop no ya shas see making sure that the local content is greater than whoever was there should be paid well. Now you making sure also say you basic little factories are a bit more processing some of the lithium into finished goods. You bet to me like I say you finished good say added value to it. Come and buy and send it away.
Because maybe council can say yeah added value and when you so quiet.
Exactly. And you have a gold board. Omo be shame and let omo create bebia yanka say I say no and I say ye gold no into rings bebia and the quality of our gold who the common on it to say Dubai more metal free hakono omo ko omo de kakra from but ye die no e pure and pure nti enche bia amanfo's attention will tend to Ghana say ye ba better rings ni other things e wo Ghana in terms of gold rather than say better every Dubai. Nti yema yenya value for money in this particular thing. Nti me bo President Abaso na me bo Owura Amakofi Boa ne team so Abaso.
Okay. Jerome. So we did tell me your brother so answer.
Man, Auntie Abena.
Yes, sir.
You do me so be a tell.
Oh. And so you end up eating the time a lot of it.
Yeah, sure.
Fire meboa. O kasa ya fe wi echika na me hwe o say ya do the mesel
onim minim for saying so best support say the former vice president. I don't have a problem.
Oh, why are you going back to it?
It's the same discussion. We've not left the place.
Hey,
you've not left.
No, but Lithium
Mecca.
No, anyway.
Mecca. Lithium anambwa.
4 minutes into so we dey do hono ma metra also.
Mecca do. Meje na mic na kasabi. Unim. I don't have a problem with him so supported the former vice president. But my young critique the impression say office of the vice president and let me tell you, apart from the president, there is no position that is compared to the vice president. It's as simple as that. Sure. Only say in our constitution, without the vice president, nobody will be qualified to be a president. Are you aware? And you know, under our constitution, the vice president stands elected. So, you see, what they mention under your constitution under Article 64, I say a candidate shall be deemed to be duly elected as vice president if the candidate who designated him as candidate for election to the office of vice president has been duly elected as president in accordance with the constitutional, with accordance with the provisions of Article 63 of this constitution. What does this tell you? Apart from these two people who were elected, I'm talking about the executives. No other executive was elected. No other executive. So a former vice president has been an occupant of this position, and you sit here to see, say, Sandi Pakrono, it doesn't what?
So
it doesn't matter.
Who fits for that contest?
So I'm coming. See, more contest nana. Some catches apart from Medina, who was not part. Who was in part?
The on kahon on the
on kahon na. Well, yeah, who brandy be your boy. But you see, let me also take it quickly. Article 63(4). Say, okay, in Article 63(4), this is what it reads. Article 63(d), sorry. I just want
what
yeah.
D? 4D or 1D?
63(d). 63(d).
Jerome.
1D, sorry, 1D.
Mr. What do you call other way say so you're looking for it? Ain't he cause some catch us at 3 minutes.
Yes, hold on.
They catch us say that so make us what time we drew into na make us say and you see
hold on.
time ni na elapse.
Hold on. Time na elapse. But I wanted to stress on
I
the
just
fact.
I just added to what you
No,
said.
hold on.
No, the D, you know that I'm giving to him.
Hold on.
I'm glad he did, man.
No, hold on. Your argument has been that we have sold the former vice president. You have sold the former vice president. Sabin say what Ghana high yem mo de wu. Abeka say advertising and hoye appetition. But tell me, why not you krum ha or your default pa or sorry ahmatiz or kwa kon appetition? How many people?
Your government is in power. Lithium is very important for your government.
Hold on.
You are talking about
hold on. I'm coming.
Well,
you understand?
So the fact
that
2 minutes.
Hold on. So the fact that somebody has been marketed before doesn't make the person. Me are very passionate because if Ghanaians in an unlikely event say even Dachi bi kurao ya your money ye, now you bring a person of Dr. Bawumia who has failed. Say be me ko krampa me sorry.
You're talking about private.
You understand? So I'm concerned. Let's talk about the lithium. The reason why I don't want to argue about this thing is 10%, 5%, Ghanaians raise concerns. When it was 10%, we were in opposition. We raised issues. When it became, say, above 5%, MPP and Ghanaians have raised issues. In fact, even NDC, the minister himself, for the fact to say you withdraw a agreement, from Parliament, what does it suggest? What it suggests, they say something can be done about that agreement now in its current shape and form. Something can be done about it. Once upon a time.
So what actually warranted the drop?
What has warranted the drop is what you were arguing about.
No, the withdrawal was a call 5%.
Okay, for the 5%.
From 10 to 5.
For the 5%, I have never been a mining consultant. Do you understand? I've never been a mining consultant.
But when it was 10%, you were.
And no, because you argue, say na
When it was 10%, you were
produce any tape of mine on any network.
But you one can say you were concerned. You all
hold on. I say so. I'm a Ghanaian. So Ghana for a candidate. Young fan say Mantua Bama NDC. NDC some power. I don't know saying Ghanaians have voted NDC.
But I see that you are saying something can be done about it. Are you a mining consultant?
No, hold on. That is what I'm saying. Say, if something can be done, that is why the minister responsible for mines and natural resource, afraid CSOs, and kind conversation and I said the meeting with the CSOs now. Hold on, with CSOs now. Unwasama opinion kind. As more can and say, or CSOs no. They should offer him a futua devoid of say bimpa and fish any muse bia minimum timen can ye and I say may ye say dear woman because we want the best for this country. So the point here is that yes, lithium, if it's harnessed well, it will be of immense benefit to the country. Added to natural resources we use not to have. NSCC Abba. And I pray, say, Onasi Ayebida, President Mills Bayer and NDC, we came to renegotiate a oil deal, Anameba, to have an appreciation of the percentage. To have an appreciation of the percentage. Trust me, NDC is nowhere near MPP in terms of say mining punto. The minister responsible and even the president who appointed him would ensure
NDC is nowhere near NPP when it comes to development.
Oh, I'm talking about say you develop or minor and I am on boy for.
I want to get you correct.
I'm on boy for. So I'm telling you, say, if you are developing the country, all right, MPP rather is nowhere near us. You understand? But me number say we are nowhere near them when it comes to say yeah my boy some near the what I say yeah my boy some near we are nowhere near any Mami see for me.
You took your time out of a context. So
if you are say, oh for saying it. Oh boy, abasama. It's in American say, Nyame Adoma. The most important thing that has happened, and then they say we've had an engagement, short as a broader engagement, because the CSOs represented the voice of the voiceless. One intimate co-minister, or intimate co-opinion be harmony. So they are speaking the minds of the ordinary Ghanaian.
Okay.
Say you beat me, and the minister had admitted, say yes, this is what we are going to do.
Okay.
Intini best na ya magana for ajubre.
Okay.
Fuseni doesn't know that agreement. What is Ino?
So if you what is that I'm not surprised that. Part of the time, majority of the time given to him was used for the end because lithium non-to. The reason is that NDC for the time are no more opposition. Yeah, the deal not by parliament are no or yet 10%. All of a sudden, all NDC members no more expect in lithium extradition or extraction. No more kebi. Say lithium is 10%. Oh, we are not negotiating in the interest of the country. I'm surprised. There, Mr. Yao, over a glistening government or more withdraw a bill. No, how come that we've moved from 10% to 5% in the first place? That's the question that NDC should be asked, should be answered. Then you move for 10 now, na MPP for na ya amamboy for to them all describe you. MPP for ya amamboyfo na yen to negotiate beyond 10%. Even the what do you call it, the interest side was about 13%, but they lambasted the MPP saying the MPP ya amamboyfo no mo pa no mo negotiated down to 5% and only the embassy say more. And that is the NDC for you. They always talk sometimes and their actions are different. Or no a minister no.
Even as a warp knowledge.
No, he say or no minister for lands and natural resources. Or no bakoti. Or no bakoti Minerals and Mining Act 794. No, see the Minerals and Mining Act na more coincide they negotiate beyond 5%. Mr. Mami say NDC were about 189 members of parliament. Omu pese omu rectify and also omu pese omu call no more amended the act. Oil Minerals and Mining Act to give us beyond 10%. Can they do it?
Simple.
And to abandon the NDC phone to me and fight them case no. And court to say ya pede ya amend the offense and act no. Near to negotiate beyond 10%, but rather negotiate downwards to 5%. Were you doing it in the interest of Ghanaians? Now after the Kasano also no, you say you withdraw from from parliament. After the Yakwako first year so today, you negotiate. Maybe say one question.
One can say
the e-levy na or no some endorse a withdraw from parliament to negotiate with the Ghanaian people. What was the action from the NDC? Na NDC for a catch and say because of incompetency. Initially, no person can but withdrawal from parliament amount to incompetency. Today, once you are withdrawing it from parliament, it amounts to what? And you sit here to justify what you people are doing and telling Ghanaians there the no lithium concession now, and I say Adi Amodeba no at the papa. Meanwhile, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia ukase were incompetent no negotiated something we call the Sidon Hydro deal, which was about giving building the factory in Ghana and then processing the product in Ghana before even exporting it to the country, creating jobs for the people. You sat down and then you criticized the same government at that time, and you know the benefit the Sidon Hydro brought to this country before this COVID-19 came. Today we are negotiating backwards. We are not even saying that let's lay the statue. let's lay it before Parliament for them to rectify the negotiation bill. Since but we are calling CSOs to come back now. CSOs now mobile round table now negotiating on this particular deal. Now, even if they negotiate beyond 5%, will they be able to negotiate beyond 10%? Per the act, since like I say, act now order your name no. We cannot even negotiate beyond 10%.
So the best thing they said the act needs to be amended.
Amended first. So I was thinking that withdrawal from the from Parliament, the president will direct the minister of Lands and Natural Resources there. Okay, once I hear you bill of Parliament, for friends and lay what do you call it? Act for act Parliament for amendment. Now amend the Parliament and make it this act. Now make it open. Let's not give a cap. So if you are negotiation, very stronger. We can even negotiate even if you get 50%. It's for Ghana. So why are we putting a cap on negotiation? Let's make it open so that the minister can go and engage the Lithium people, negotiate beyond whatever, and then for the benefit of the Ghanaian people. So meanwhile, that is what you people should be doing than to say they are buying a listening government because I withdraw. In the first place, why did you commit such a mistake? In the first place, why do you negotiate backwards? In the first place, why are you not laying the bill? Now, because you are engaging CSOs, you are a listening government. Let's see the outcome of the negotiation. Percentage
okay, let's see the outcome of the negotiation and see the percentage that we'll be having or bringing on board and paying for. Mame and Namwasi of Ayao. Medi Ayapon. No, Miss on the time I saw we produce a pressure when they mamma. We need a time now. Mame Namwasi 5 arrested in connection with Adekye shooting incident. Saso and a lithium agreement. Lands Minister holds crunch meeting with CSOs and pay for Obama Yedin Komoye up for Yaw Asani Tano and nobody was saying Chiana and a political analyst also and Sam Jaron head of corporate affairs Cocoa Board Uraf Fuseni Isa Western Regional Communication Director New Patriotic Party in Painful and Bama Yedi and Komo. Mame and the parts vintage as say so was matter dear kama part work but with top base uko PMO on occasion be uko be over pam so atade dear kama for part was 0242653361 0242653361 and me see dear a possible makeover and beauty and a ye miti e de mame possible ubi PMO ahase ya baby UTV ye we tesano kwan ya so abeka junction udru baby opposite adjacent Ecobank we so hono pay and a possible makeover ko Instagrams na possible makeover obeye wuti kama diamo ene de se maka che mo senchie no mo ne wo owura ya asani tano esenchia enkoma Mr and Mrs Amanziba se baby amobi o chia mo yi pa neza afi na ekọ na wie ya nesa pacho de binti o chia mo nti Mr and Mrs Amanziba ya chia mo yi pa sada kese enkoma wo bibia wo jebra wo share enejumedie na akosua sapon wo UTV wo se memfa happy birthday enkoma Prophet Kofi Odro Alabaster pengina so for pengina woda Alabaster church ano ene wa woda inti congregation ni nyina wadofo nyina papa ese o ma happy birthday nkanka Kosia Sapon of UTV say happy glorious birthday to you Papa Kofi Prophet Kofi Odro nyame wo hira wo no nkoso ma wo sra enso enkosro wa wo gebra wo hye nejumede asada kese wo desada ne da wo gebra na wo hye Adekye Nsroma de entakru asada kese enko emausa so na entakru sie wo hye Dr. Gideon Boakon Tano North constituency member of parliament a happy birthday nyame wo hira no onye wo kese pa Odumfo hu ye mobodi o chana dom ya Adekye Nsroma wo homa ye sorry so mi yimpa ye ma wo se nyame ntutu wona mo isi ye na de wo hwehwe nyina no o ma ne mremu emfama bia wo kwai di musuo bebre no ontwe wo nsa mema ne nko e ma wo nko ho no wate se de be ya obetimi atena se nwadi wo nkwanna amen midin de abena chei buache me na me beso mo ne sabrede makra